Hi guys, this is a funny little horse that I get to work on, and I also ride and train her, so I know her quite well. She is a Connemara thoroughbred quarter horse cross, I think. And she's a funny little thing. She's very fierce. She likes to bite and snap at people, and when I was breaking her and teaching her how to lunge, I had to build obstacles that she could lunge around, otherwise she would come at me. So she's very fierce, but she's getting better. She's really actually sweet, and she's a lot of fun to be around and to work with. I really enjoy her, actually. She's very itchy today. So I'm just opening up the bladder meridian, which basically means I'm doing a body sweep of her and feeling what does she feel like under my hands. It's a nice place to start because it goes from the front of her eye over her head. You can see I'm starting actually at near her poll, and then you sweep all across the top line down to the hind leg, ting point. And it just gives you a really good read of the horse. It gets them thinking about your touch and what are you doing too. And you can see she's starting to focus on me. And so these are some of her tells that she's interested in what I'm doing. So she'll start biting the cross ties and then licking. The second one is she likes to lift her leg, and now I get a release. So she's such a funny little thing. Like now she's very fierce. I don't need your help.
You alright?
Such a funny thing. And so a lot of people will tell you to do the bladder meridian sweep 3 times. Which seems like a great place to work, and she's starting to talk to me and tell me that she has some things she wants me to think about.
Fierce.
And so that's how she tells me she's interested in her shoulder. So I'm going to stay on her shoulder for a minute.
Yeah.
She's saying, no, my foreleg over here. And so I'm going to make my way down there without getting bitten, because she will bite and she does kick, and she is very fierce, little one. She says, my foreleg lady, and so I'm in her, or foreleg, and so I get a nice release. So the point of this video, as much as anything, is that they may tell you what they need help with, and it might not always be how you expect to be told or what you think is appropriate, because you notice she does some little snaps in between, and it's just how she is, and it really doesn't bother me as long as I stay safe, and I understand that means she's probably not safe for everybody to be around, but she's fine. I know her, and you just have to be aware of your own personal place as well as hers. And so here's another one. She's so itchy. Please look at my side. She wants me to look at her side. And some of this is that there's referred feelings or sensations. So if I work on her shoulder, she might get a tickle somewhere else.
Her way of moving to
and a release. So she had a little stretch, and so some of the movements facilitate her releases. Some of them are bringing me awareness. And the point is that you watch your horse and you work with your individual horse, and you keep yourself where you're not going to get hurt if she snaps or kicks. So hopefully she's not going to cow kick either, which I think I'm in a good position anyways. She's like, no, down here. So lots of talking back and forth.
And how sensations get referred to, which is kind of interesting, because I'm touching her nowhere near where she's getting itchy. Huh? Yeah, I know. It's so itchy now.
And so the itching, like,
Why? It's so itchy
I know it
all
doesn't
of a
seem like
sudden.
massage, but actually you are stimulating the area and you're bringing blood to the area. And if a scratching sensation is more comfortable for them than a soft, slow, deep massage of what you talk, really I just go with what is more comfortable for the horse and what brings the horse more effective. And so at the same time as I'm doing that, I'm still monitoring the feel of their muscle and the temperature of their muscle and the freedom of it under my hand. So little placement. So that's another towel that she's giving me, but I don't know what she wants here actually. There's a towel and I'm going to get one. And a lot of times she's quite tight in her withers and around her shoulders. She's very on her forehead. Right now we're working to balance her. And biting the cross ties, which is, I think is a little bit of avoidism.
Yeah. You're a good girl.
And I think I'm finding it. I'm looking for what is she want my attention on. There we go. Okay. So she wants some help in the back.
Good girl. Yeah.
There we go.
See?
So lots of
So they all
drama,
have kind of a process.
but
that
also
they go
lots of
through.
reaction. So I really don't mind as long as I'm
And the
being
better
helpful.
you know the horse, the easier it is to kind of work through it. Sometimes it helps if you can do them a number of times and build up enough of a relationship to be able to trust or follow.
And a much happier looking horse
I know
too.
her
So as
quite
she gets more
well.
comfortable and she
I know that she's
releases
not
some
playing when
endorphins
she-
and some muscle tension, she enjoys herself
Huh?
more.
Something like that. But she's learning.
And some looseness in her neck,
She's
which I
learning
know
to
from
work
riding
it.
her that she
And
could
I'm
use
learning
just a little
to stay out
bit.
of reach.
Really,
Yeah.
the better they go is from being able to facilitate the movements that we want them to have. So if you can alleviate their muscle tensions that make it difficult to move or carry themselves the way we want them to, it just makes their job easier. It's easier for them to understand what we want and to do what we want. It comes more naturally to them. And so the whole process is made easier for both of us, which really it's a win-win. And also you can see there's a little bit of bonding, a little bit of learning, and her ribs were tight, so now I get a release from her ribs. Little vibrations, it looks silly, but they work and it makes her feel better. So whatever makes her feel like she's capable and comfortable and that I am helping her body to feel good.
And I think that chewing the straps is cheating. I think her. There we go.
And a nice release again.
A little
Such a
bit
good
of
girl.
holding out, I think, and getting their mind on something else instead of the work. So the thought is you try and get their attention back, but
And a little bit of compressions.
through their
And,
body if you can.
so I'm going to repeat this on the other side, but I'm not going to bother to videotape it because it's going to get a bit long. But I hope you enjoyed it and learned something. And I really appreciate you guys watching and spending some time here with me learning. And I hope you have a wonderful day. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below and I will get to you as soon as I can. Thanks so much.
Hand on her, even if I'm not using it for work, because it helps for her to know. It's called a grounding hand, and so it helps for her to know where I am, and it's kind of a stabilizing energy. This is where like a support, and it's also to defend myself if she kicks, because she does kick. And so I feel like if I have my other hand kind of between me and her and feeling her, I've put myself in a better position for following her mental and physical state. And it's interesting too, like you notice in the beginning she was kind of twitchy, she's really steadied up until I come back up here. I know. You've been in hard work, haven't you? Huh? You're a good girl.
You've been a good girl.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And have a great day.